Hello. Today we shall be examining Nzoth and his continued involvement in the story of the War Within saga and more. You see, I have found in the story two competing sides of the void. Two sides which have two very different ideals for what void should be. One of them is Nzoth and the other is Xal'atath. It is believed that long ago Xal'atath was sealed by the other old gods for some reason into the blade we know, the blade known as Xal'atath, as a way to prevent her to claim the gift for Demencius, because she serves Demencius. You see, Demencius goes from planet to planet, corrupts it, and then eats it, consumes it entire. I think Nzoth was the very cunning one and decided to give the gift of knowledge to his other brothers. And the other brothers, some rebelled against Nzoth, some wanted him dead. But Nzoth outsmarted them all and even got a prison which would break lust out of them all, which was very important for the story. You see, Nzoth had a vision of his Ny'alotha lasting for forever, but that was not gonna be the case because in Dragonflight we traveled back in time to the time where he fought against the elementals and he recognizes us, and that's the pivotal moment of Nzoth's life, because then he realized all these infinite truths I have, most of them are bogus, but this one I can trust because this one contains this character who just appeared in my world. Now Nzoth, following that timeline, that sacred timeline, it's not sacred, it is just what he saw to be the case, accidentally stumbled on the timeline Titans were creating and tried to mess with it and tried to see if he can get free from that cycle. And in Legion, he sent one of his vassals, Il'gynoth, to give us strange messages. But even before that, we have some messages from the puzzle box of Yogg-Saron, which we will read now. At the bottom of the ocean, even light must die. This was from Cataclysm, so no other oceans were present in No Khazal-Gar or something like that. But the truth is, the zone, the deep zone, was planned from the very start to be the place where we meet Nzoth and where we actually meet Nzoth. And I will explain how we never actually met him. We met him, the only meeting we had with his corporeal flesh is actually the meeting in the raid, the mini raid, where he gives us the gift of Nzoth. Quite simply, even death may die. You will alone be in the end. All places, all things have souls, all souls can be devoured. I think this is a nod to their older storytelling, yeah, I don't think it's applicable right now. In the sunken temple, there is a dreamer's chamber with a dragon sleeping in it. In the sunken city, Valsharij, there is a place where dragons lay dreaming as dead bone skeletons. Very interesting. The fish know all the secrets, and they know the cold, they know the dark. The really cold, the really dark, we never accessed it in the game. And we are about to. Because we are going to beneath the crystal. We are going the scenic route by saying we are going to the roots of the Elanir and then going down there. But the truth is, the Undersea will be the next zone after Undermine. It will be called something Rootlands or something. But the Undersea, I don't know what will exactly happen. Will someone try to extract void or light energy from the crystal, and then the crystal will plummet down, all the way down to the deep darkness, and we will have to retrieve something from it. Maybe that is the case. Maybe the case is simply that we are exploring a bit more because someone else needs something from the Undersea, and I will explore both options. First, we must understand what happened in Battle for Azeroth. So let's call this section What Happened in Battle for Azeroth. Because Battle for Azeroth gave us some very weird things. Firstly, Xal'atath was trapped in a blade. Unable to do much, she just orchestrated things and played with the adventurers and so on, gave us hints of what is to come. But at some point, Nzoth realized her a powerful ally. A short-term ally, but a powerful ally nonetheless. He realized, yes, she wants to escape the blade we damned her to. Because we damned her for consuming us and getting everything to Demencius. He realizes that. And he also says, but I'm trapped in this prison. And if I don't get untrapped from the prison, other forces will win. Death will come, void will come, something will come to destroy my prison and kill me. And I need to be free. So why not strike a deal with Xal'atath and use the clueless Sylvanas and the clueless Azshara as puppets? You see, Azshara wants power. She wants nothing more than power, but Nzoth knows that. He has been watching her for 1,000 years bound beneath these waves and so on. So the Azshara wants power. She does not feel like she's powerful enough with the Nzoth. He is preventing her from becoming greater than him. What does she want to do? Kill him. That's it. A plan is set in motion that only a blade such as that could kill an old god, really wound him. Okay, who gave us that information? It was just made up on the spot, to be honest. It could be a whisper of Nzoth playing in Ration's mind. But yes, she now believes full-heartedly she can wound him and kill him. She cannot. The whole plan Nzoth had for her is that she would free him from the prison and not die in the process. So he can just torture her a bit and maybe use her in some later plans. Because she's a powerful tool, you see. Do not kill a tool. Use it. Meanwhile, Xal'atath needed a new body and needed to be free from the bargain of she made with Nzoth. But Nzoth asked for the blade. Perfection. Now the two have worked together, and we have set the stage. Battle for Azeroth frees Xal'atath, and to the knowledge of most players, that's where it ends. That's where it ends. But let's read some other whispers, which will let us know more about the situation. So let's go here. In Val'shara, the god of the deep rides in his prison, breaking free ever so slowly. You should hurry and defeat the fallen titan. There are greater battles yet to fight. Okay. In Stormheim, the spawn of titans infest this area. Despite our gift of the flesh, they still worship those false gods. Okay, so the gift of flesh, remember, is made by the void. By the void. Not the gold gods, but by the void. Okay, this city of the elves pales in comparison to the sleeping city. Suramar is noble. Suramar, its noble citizens, greedily slurping at the world's very lifeblood. That is true. And we have go here. I don't believe these lands have seen such carnage since the Battle of Catanth, a long time ago. I believe the Battle of Catanth was the battle where against the Nzoth and Yasharaj, who would dominate the planet. And it was here in ages past that the god of the deep, Nzoth, lost a great battle to the god of seven heads. But as was so often the case, even in defeat ultimately worked in Nzoth's favor. Why did it work in Nzoth's favor? Well, this is one of the most important lines in the game. Because here it worked in Nzoth's favor because he could recuperate hide, and the real focus, the focus of killing Yasharaj, ripping him out of the world, that would be the focus. If it wasn't such, then he would be dead. Nzoth would be dead. He knew that. He anticipated the coming of the Titans. Now, remember, Nzoth dies a second time. We'll get to that. Okay? It is ironic that the weakest of us may be the ultimate victor. Khatoon, Yogg-Saron, Yasharaj, and well, only one would remain to consume the world. That was always meant to be. See, she's already thinking in terms of consuming the world so Dimensius could come. Do the Naru speak of the eternal conflict? That entire history of our world is but a fraction of the time that has passed, of those that came before the Draenei? No? Chuckle, chuckle. I know that the Naru consider us horrors to be resisted. We do not share this view. They are merely beloved brethren that lost the true path. They will return to their masters in time. And a last whispers from Zalatat we will cover is long have we sought entry into this realm. This is when you bring void into the seat of the Pantheon. To think we have a mortal to thank for giving us our foothold. Your service will be greatly remembered. Okay, in battle for Azeroth, in Iolotha, at the locus of infinite truths. Remember, we do not fight Nzoth anywhere but in a vision, in a plane of existence which is like a dream, a vision. To kill something in a dream does not mean it's gonna die. Not necessarily. So the nearness of the void here is comforting. I was used in a sacrifice of many creatures in a place like this. Their death brought us closer to the complete corruption of the world. This is where Nzoth is located, in Ny'alotha, locus of infinite truths. Remember that. Now let us go a bit back. When Nzoth plans to destroy the world, he doesn't go from the depths or use any minions anymore, but he has many minions. He doesn't even try. He really doesn't even try. He just spawns at random locations, Titan installations, horrific visions of what could be to those Titan installations, and also makes horrific visions at for the Orgrimmar and Stormwind, which is interesting. So these are, what is his plan? Now we are thinking. I will read these four. The King of Diamonds has been made a pawn. Now we know what pawn the King of Diamonds has been made. The pawn of Azeroth. Azeroth itself is a player in the game. It was shown in the discs that Azeroth is also a player in the game. And such a player it is that it can compel others to do stuff for her. Bound by that throne? No, free. That is are the Titans bound by the thrones? They're not. They will come. Her heart is a crater and we have filled it. That literally means that maybe Azeroth was really actually just sad. and her sadness was the reason they have felt that they just became her friends. From the earth he draws strength, our earth, our strength. We'll get to that one. We use this one, and the last one. Nzoth whispers. 6 seats at the high table, 6 mouths that hunger. One shall consume all others. Some thought it was death in Shadowlands. It wasn't death. Some thought something else. But the truth is, we don't know. We don't even know if the 6 seats actually represented the seats. Because think about it this way. You can be a powerful force but not have a seat. Maybe it's the 6 seats are the 6 cosmic forces which try to operate, and they are 6 mouths that hunger, which are all those 6 forces, but one will consume all others does not mean that that one comes from the 6 seats. It may as well be Azeroth herself. She is not the last, but the first. Drown her and you will see. We will know a lot about Azeroth this expansion. Because when we go down there in the Undersea, and we find the chambers, the manifold, we will drown Azeroth, and we will see she's something completely different, and it might not be the good thing we are to suspect. I alone can save you from what is to come. Okay, the veil wanes, his crown will open the way. That is for the Shadowlands, but that's why I crossed it. It's obviously for that. But I alone can save you from what is to come is not necessarily Shadowlands. They talk about this conflict, about void and light, and he might be just an intermediary, thinking about how do I save people and not bring total destruction to the world, yeah. It grows hungrier, bolder. Alas, your eyes are closed. This is, I think, referring to the void and how the void wants to consume more, and it is bolding and being more bold, and just comes and grabs stuff and so on. When the arrow finds its mark, the last feta will fall away. Maybe the arrow finding its mark and the last feta falling away is his victory, Nzoth's victory. And I will describe why I think this might be the Nzoth's victory, but you'll see. The light has struck a bargain with the enemy of all. Who is the enemy of all? Is it death? I do not think so. Is it void? No, that's propaganda. Is it life? No, life doesn't really do much. Is it Fel Disorder? Enemy of all? No, they're defeated. Is it the Titans? The Arcane? The ones who try to control everything? Maybe they struck a bargain to let light be only one of the only forces on Azeroth. You see it in the manifold cinematics that they consider Beladar coalesced blood of Azeroth. That cannot be the case. It is again lies. They were not able to investigate it. Beladar is a ship, a Naru ship. The Titans allowed light to be on Azeroth and to manipulate because they're as orderly as they are. Okay. The fall of night reveals her true face. She will bring only ruin. That is Xal'atath, and the fall of night will be the patch when we, I think, Beladar darkens permanently. He gave or falls into the Undersea. He gave himself to the deep places. He gave himself to me. I have That's I think that's Natarian. Uh, Anyhow, here we have this. Flesh is his gift. He is your true creator. Now, so Zada says it's the void, but flesh is his gift. He's your true creator. That's Ilgana. That's Nzoth. Okay. To find him, drown yourself in the circle of stars. We already did that. The king of diamonds has been made a pawn. The lord of ravens will turn the key. Which key? Still hasn't done that. The boy king serves at the master's table. 3 lies will he offer you. He serves at the table of masters, you know, serves at the table of light. So he will lie to you that the light is actually fighting the void. It is not. The battle is already lost. From the earth he draws strength. Our earth, our strength. Its surface blazes bright, masking shadows below. Before the last shadow falls, the father of sleep shall savor his feast. This is very important. So the Titans will come back, and before the last shadow falls, before we defeat Zalatath, he will come to savor his feast. The Golden One claims a vacant throne. The crown of light will bring only darkness. So, what if the Golden One, what if the Golden One is not a person, but Beladar itself, and it has a vacant throne? The crown of light will bring only darkness, but this is probably more Tyrallion, you know? The Golden One claims the vacant throne, Tyrallion stealing it from Anduin. When their mistress beckons and that's the vassal of life disguises treachery. Beware the eyes of green. So this one, I don't have an idea how we would interpret. This is talking about the Elune 100%, and the dragons, probably a Sarah, but I don't know how it's connected. 5 lanterns now darkened, the flames they seek will light the master's way. Okay? The blind queen wields a scepter of bone. From the deep she calls forth doom. The cunning ones kneel before 6 masters, but serve only one. And I am inclined to believe they will change it so that they do not serve death at all. They serve one master, and that master is Denatrius, not death. So what I've this is the goblins on Undermine. I believe this will be the Undersea. So we'll come, but like this way, and this will be the Rootlands, and then here will be the Undersea and the raid of the vast, depthless sea. Okay. Now let's go to Nzoth's supposed death. You see, Nzoth was this was a vision of Nzoth. That's why he has no raid entrance. We are entering into his realm, the realm of horrific visions. Those are visions. Those are not true. Nzoth is true in his place. He truly exists. The visions are not him. So when we defeat him, see in Stormwind, or when we defeat him finally with the laser beam, something peculiar happens. First, there is no audible. It almost looks like he wanted it. And what do I mean by that? The Azerite beam cleansing Nzoth may be a beam cleansing a being of of flesh and blood of the of the meddling of the outer gods, of the outer chairs, seats at the table. So Nzoth was void, and he came to corrupt, but he decided not to corrupt. Maybe this is a way of Azeroth allowing him to survive, maybe in the knife, and maybe in his full form, but the truth is, he was blasted and became something more, became a living, breathing soul. And that is one of the first for the void. Okay, the evidence for this is the earthen. See, now they are free-willed earthen, because Azeroth is allowing them. Why not? This is Titan constructs being converted to Azeroth's side. Why would she waste a perfect old god, an old god who has, by all accounts, saved Azeroth from destruction? Let's be honest, saved it. Like Xal'atath would have destroyed Azeroth. Nzoth saved Azeroth. This is the verses I'm talking about. Okay. Now where are we going with this? Queen Ashara is on this side. But where are the Ethereals? I think they're split into 3 factions. The Locust Walker, who does nothing because he's the Locust Walker. The Ethereals, which serve the Void now and are on Xal'atath's side, and the mysterious Ethereals which stole the Dark Heart inside Undermine at the end of questing in Undermine. And I think those are under Ethereal Zarhal, which the gossip is, greetings, hero. I come to you with a proposition. Your efforts within these visions have captured their attention. We too seek to extract power from the mind of Nzoth. Crystals like this one you see before you are one of the peculiar interest to us. Bring us as many as you can. Once you find them, once I have them, I will take my leave after I reward you for your services, of course. I found 1 or 2 crystals. Take them and be on your way. Yes, these will serve our purposes well nicely. This has been a lucrative transaction. Maybe this is a plan. Maybe this Ethereal is working with Nzoth into crafting him into a blade, a full-on blade. You see, maybe Nzoth's mind was taken by the blade, cured by Azeroth, and crystallized all over the place to become something akin of a dark Azeroth entity, protecting Azeroth. So that's it. So if that is the case, the Ethereals who stole the Dark Heart we have 2 options. It could be that the Nzoth Ethereals stole the Dark Heart. Okay, if they did, they brought it into the Undersea, right? The Undersea. This will upset. This will upset Xal'atath Aloth. She will crush the crystal down into the Undersea to bring the light, to scorch the beings which live there. They will be prepared, and Nzoth will be prepared for that. But I think that's gonna happen. Otherwise, if Ashara and the others have the Dark Heart now, perhaps it was just a ruse to get Galavex to surrender. But the Dark Heart is gonna be in her hands. But see, she still needs to go down to the Rootlands and take the flesh of Nzoth, because the one who remains, the one who witnessed in the glorious battle, won all the battles, that corrupting influence she needs. She needs it so she can summon the Mentius. and put that into the Sunwell. Fine. So the Dark Heart being on either side is a possibility, a real possibility. Ashara will be the enemy. Nzoth will probably be an ally, which is the first time something that corrupted was an ally. He's a gray character, which they don't have that many gray characters. Good gray characters. I mean, Illidan is just good. Let's be honest. Arthas is just good. Okay. Next. Notice that this Beladar only started changing colors once the sword was struck into the world. So if that's the case, we can do some color theory, and we can see that if we mix these three colors subtractively, we get the color closest to that, red, meaning yellow, death, and void, as if they were missing. This does not make much sense, so I'll abandon it. This is the color of Azeroth. It is a blue watercolor. If you combine these colors, it's a blue watercolor. And that's about it I have to say about this. Here we have the cosmic chart, which I believe is basically an a fucking tetraeder. No, octaeder. It has and from which way you look at it, that's how the forces are aligned based on where you are. Azeroth is the 7th. All this stuff in the middle is scribbled up nonsense the Titans and the Light made, because the enemy of all was the Titans, and Light made a bargain with them. They allowed them to be together. Yeah, that's what I have to say. Thank you for watching this video. This was done in one take. I'm tired. I should probably just be, getting ready for the stream. I do stream, and thank you. Please tell me your thoughts on this, because the plan then would be 10 point, well, what's the patch? 12 point something. Midnight would end with the crushing of the Baladar into the sea, opening up an area there, going to the Rootlands, and finally finding the last Titan facility where Nzoth was locked up, but now Nzoth is missing, and we have this new mysterious character who's probably Nzoth. And also I think Nzoth will win. He will win by simple outplaying of all the others, because nobody would expect Nzoth to be there. Nobody, not even Xal'atath. Xal'atath thinks he's dead. He is not, and if he's in possession of the Dark Heart, he can stop some of her actions, but ultimately we would lose. But have a powerful ally in Nzoth, because Nzoth is really powerful, and that's my theory. I will need more info. That's it. Thank you very much.